chasing the light today. Little moments hiding, waiting to be found my way. A smile in the chaos, a laugh in the rain. That's the magic calling, pulling me out of the gray. Feel it rising up, like the sun on my face. No more holding back, stepping into this space. Joyful findings, everywhere we go, energy high, let the good vibes flow. We're connecting hearts, lighting up the night. You and me together, everything feels right. Oh, joyful findings, oh, bring the light. Oh, joyful findings.
Welcome, everybody, to the Joyful Findings Show this beautiful February 20th of 2026. As time is flying, how are y'all doing as we walked into the Chinese New Year's of this fire horse? Has a fire been lit under you? Has a fire been ignited inside of you? I feel like one has been ignited inside of me, or maybe turned up. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the energy's different. I feel like since I saw you guys last week, there's definitely been a shift in the energy, a big one. You know what I mean? When I talked about flipping switches or whatever a week or so ago, I feel like we are in that transitional period right now. And it's like, it's going to happen very fast. You can tell that our time is moving very fast. There's just a lot of things that are just, and manifestation is happening so much easier now, especially if you just allow that to happen for yourselves. Okay. You really have to allow. And sometimes that's really hard because we get stuck in our belief systems. I still see a lot of that too, but you know, we're breaking some systems out there, and we're breaking our belief systems so that we can free ourselves and get into a new frame of mind, a new flow, one that makes us much happier and joyful. You know what I mean? It's about finding our joy, and that's what we're doing right now, my friends. Yeah. All right. So as you guys are all stepping forward and coming into this beautiful circle, I want you all to take a nice deep breath. All right. You got to release the weight of the world. All right. Because as you're all starting to join, I felt that throat thing again. We're going to talk about that throat thing for a second. Okay. So clearing out that throat chakra. What is that? That's like standing in your true truth. Like, do you feel like you're really doing that? Are you saying what you absolutely feel? Are you releasing what you might be holding on to? Whatever that might be, it needs to be released. Okay, it needs to be released. Energy needs to flow freely through us. No blockages whatsoever. Okay, no blockages. Just let it all be free. Okay, free flowing. All right, that feels a little better. But if you guys are feeling that out there, just know that you can release it. All right. You don't have to hold on to it anywhere in your body anymore. Just see yourself as like an open tube. See yourself as a tube, you know, like a pipe. And everything just flows through you just so nicely. There's no blockages anywhere. Everything just flows. No blockages, my friends. No blockages. So I see there's a bunch of you joining me out there. I'm appreciating that. Thank you guys for being here. Over here on YouTube, it looks like I have Richard and Pooja right now. Welcome, my friends. And if you're out there, just say hey in the chat. We got Ruth and Maureen and Pat and Precious Clouds, who I just found out is Denise. Welcome. Thank you for joining the show this evening. It's very gracious of Jill and Roy to drop a donation for you to jump ahead of the line to get a message. I look forward to jumping into your energy. Thank you for being here. I said Pat already. Let's see who else is here. Barbara, what's happening, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. All right. And then I also have Susie and Dia out there. I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And I have been writing your guys' names down. And it seems like it's the week of donations because I started receiving them on Wednesday when Barbara dropped me a donation. And then I got Jill and Roy. And then I have Denise. So if you guys want to donate, that's greatly appreciated. It's not necessary for a message. But again, like I said, greatly appreciated. What goes around comes around. We're all sharing the love in one way, shape, or form. And you guys are welcome to do that on any platform that allows you to do that, or you can drop it in my Venmo as well. Thank you. And we got Kim Smith. Hello, Kim. I haven't seen you in a long time. Let me write your name down, girlfriend. What's been happening? I don't even see you post stuff on Facebook much. All right, but glad you're here. Lots of things are changing. Woo! Oh, Julia's here too. How did I miss that? All right, let me put Julia down. Julia, thank you for being here. So what have you guys experienced through this week? Through this energy that's going on right now. Let me write Ruth's name down. I didn't see you, Ruth. Here we go. I think I said your name, but I didn't write it down. Thank you for being here, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm so happy you guys are here. Bringing in all this beautiful energy. And we did clear that throat thing. So I want to thank you guys for all adding to that and just wanting to clear that because we don't want any blockages. We're done with blockages, right? Just think about the fire horse. Just burning through everything. You know what I mean? It's just like, if it's an old memory, just burn through it. You know what I mean? Don't hold on to it anymore. And it might be things like from your past might be trying to creep up on you too. I've been experiencing this week too. And I feel like it was still me clearing that out. And it's like, I am just so far away from that, so far away from, I mean, eons away from the lifestyles and things of all of that. You know what I mean? The memories and all those things. So it's been quite interesting week, I have to tell you, and what else has been going on? The energy, I've been moving a lot of more energy as of late. So since this happened, hello, Carol Ann, let me write you down. So as of late, since the 17th, we came into the Chinese New Year's and this beautiful energy that's here to support us in moving forward, right? And I see us all getting on our little horses, right? So just imagine you're all getting on your little horses and we're just galloping along, right? And we're just keep gaining speed and we're moving in, just think about it, okay? On multiple levels of wherever you stand in your spiritual journey, right? If you can imagine the newness, but the oldness of what's coming. What has been lost is being given back to us is the best way to describe it, okay? And we're just going to be blazing saddles to get there, okay? So everyone jump on your horses and let's giddy up and go, okay? Because we got places to go, my friends. We got things to do. And manifestation is happening so much faster. Are you guys noticing that too? As long as it's not attached to any fear, okay? It can't be attached to any fear. Fear has to be gone. So if you still have a drop, an inkling of fear, just wipe it away. Put it in the recycle bin, burn it up if you want to, whatever. But it has to go, okay? Now my nose is going to start itching again. It always itches on this show. I'm going to have to figure out what it is about my show that makes my nose itch. All right. But anyways, manifestation is happening faster. There's just a lot of things that are just all kind of falling together. But again, you have to have that trust, faith in God, right? I'm always going to keep that behind me. It's been sticking out there for a while. But because you came from source, right, which is God, right? And he created everything. You, the speck in the sky, you know what I mean? Because what do you think was before Earth and all that? That had to start with something out of nothing, right? And it was us, little peoples. But we weren't people. We were more light bodies, I guess. So if you can bring yourself all the way through all your levels of light body, right? This vessel just contains that light body. And we have to allow that light body to expand, right? Because sometimes we can keep it all stuck and everything. So I feel like there's a lot of expansion going on right now. So you might be feeling this in that energy for yourselves, because it is very strong right now in transitional. I don't have the right word. I don't. But anyways, just know that it's very transformative as well. Okay, transformative. So that's what they're doing. All right, Shirley's out there too. Hey, Shirley. Let me write your name down too. Shirley. Glad you're here. All right, so what else has been going on? So the manifestation, being very busy. The energy has been like very busy, but I feel like I'm getting a lot of things done in a compact time, because when I look back at the day and I'm like, wow, I got all of that done. And I'm like, how? How did I accomplish all of those things? But it's kind of amazing how all that is kind of clicking together too. And again, as long as you're standing in your, I'm not sure what to call it at the moment, but in your, because everyone's going to take it differently. Okay. So what does it feel like if you had complete peace in your heart, love in your heart, without any of your past whatevers? If you're starting fresh, like just say you went through a rebirth, right? That's pretty much kind of like the New Year's kind of do, right? We just went through one. We're going to go through another. Spring is going to be another. Okay. So spring, which is going to be next month. So that pretty much gives you a month, because spring is pretty much a month away. So there's going to be a lot of, this is what I'm feeling, right? Because I feel like there's going to be preparation. I feel like there is going to be acceleration. I feel like, what other words are they telling me right now? But it's going to be very, very revealing in a lot of different ways. Okay. In a lot of different ways. So it's going to be very interesting as all these things kind of unfold, because now I'm looking at it as like a box, and all this stuff just starts to unfold in us. So, and I always have said, whatever's been hidden from us will be shown to us. We just, and it's divine time. So divine time is happening like right now. And it's like Marcia said over there, the Feng Shui lady, heaven on earth. Yeah. So picture it as heaven on earth. What would that look like? What does that feel like? And it's interesting, because I had a friend over today, and we were talking about collective consciousness, Christ consciousness, people getting more spiritual, getting more, and I've seen it. In the last 6 to 8 months, I have seen more people open the door to their spirituality, whatever avenue they're taking. Right? Whether it's Jesus or God themselves, or more of a metaphysical route, whatever. I just have seen many more people open their hearts to maybe something new, something to help them expand in ways they haven't, even with, earth, you know what I mean? Because some people are going back and they're grounding, they're connecting to earth. Maybe it's to crystals, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how you're going there, as long as you're going there. And these things start to shift and change your lives, right? And I feel like that's where a lot of you are right now. And we've worked really hard to get here, you guys, really hard. I just thought about today, like, when I really started to wake up to all this stuff, my spiritual gifts and all that stuff, I was 40 years old. Okay. And it was drips and drabs before that. And then it helped connect all the dots from there forward. You know what I mean? So I knew that I was on the right track, right? Because I'm always getting the numbers 47, and those are always my numbers to be on the right track. It's also my son's birthday, and it used to be my house number. There's a lot of like coincidences that aren't coincidences with that number. So it's like, what kind of, have you noticed some of those patterns in your own lives on how you, you know, how things kind of show up, and, you know, when you step into your, when you start to step into your real truth, you know what I mean? It's been like peeling back the layers, and I had to go through a lot of growth. You guys that are, maybe some of you that maybe have been on the path for a while, or maybe you're just starting, you guys get to like speed ahead, right? You guys, but it's all good because it's all in the correct timeline, right? And that's what I feel like we're doing right now, in the correct timeline. All right, we got someone out here named Joey. Welcome, my friend. I'm glad you could be here. And I'm guessing your name is Joanne. Jill, you're a wealth of information this tonight. I love this. All right, Joanne next to Joey, so I know that. Perfecto. All right. So yeah, I'm just all over the place telling you what I've kind of experienced this week through this energy, and some of the things that we're going to be changing in our own lives, right? Because a lot of things that are going to be, oh, that's Joanne Leo. Got it. Joanne Leo. Welcome, girl. Glad you could be here. Yeah, so the energies. So we're feeling all those energies, and they're just like being ramped up and everything. And we're getting ready to go into Aries season. Or did we just go into it? Or I think we're pretty much there. Yeah, I'm pretty much feeling that. Oh, Lanka's here too. Let me put you down too, Lanka. Thanks for being here. So yeah, how has everyone been feeling the energy? So I felt like someone, Denise said, I feel this as well. So she's feeling the energies as well. Roy and I have been walking out in nature. It's very calming. That's very good. Very good. Very good. Love that. Love that. Yeah, I've been trying to spend some more time outside as well, getting out in the sun for at least 15, 30 minutes a day, absorbing that beautifulness that's been out there. Because right now our days are beautiful. They're spring days, and we know it's going to get hot soon. So we have to enjoy those beautiful ones completely. Yes, yes, and yes. So what else did I want to share with y'all? There was a lot of stuff that was going on this week. Oh, this is another thing I want to share. I'm glad that I'm advocating for, I'm going to call her my mother-in-law. Okay, you guys. Because we went in this week for a pre-op for her to get her hip done. And the nurse checking us in and everything. So and she's like, oh, it's for the right hip. And I look at Patricia and I look at her and I'm like, it's the left hip. You guys already did the right hip. I was like, where's like, I don't know. Just be cautious, you guys, and advocate for each other. Don't let, especially some of our elderly, don't let them go to appointments by themselves. They need to have someone to help them, okay? Because that would have been ridiculous if they replaced the same hip and still have the same problem. And it would not be good. But anyways, it's been a weird week. It's been a weird week. But lots of good energy. Oh my God, lots of good energy. Maybe a little too much at times, but it knocks me out. By nighttime, I am done. I've been waking up earlier, going to bed earlier. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to adjust for the time change that's coming very soon. And then we'll have more daylight. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So have you guys been feeling this? Yes, yes, and yes. Have her use a marker and write "not this hip" on her. Hey, that's a great idea, Julia. I like that. I will have her do that. My mom used to say that the hospital was no place to be when you're sick. Yeah, and that's true too. My father always hated the hospitals. Hated them. I've been in and out of them with her for like a year and a half now. So I feel like my light has had to go into these places so many times. And they keep bringing me to new locations this time. Like Like she needed to go for a CAT scan today in a different building I've never been in today. And I'm like, oh, I've never been here. And then I had to go Thursday into another building that I've never been in before. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like I'm being brought to all these places. But anyways, maybe it's to shed light on things. I'm not sure. God only knows. I just go where he tells me. And then my path kind of like falls together. So there's that trust, faith in God, right? Tap into it. Tap into your higher self, because your higher self was made in the image of God, just like this beautiful body that you're in. So create. Be the creator that makes joy. But you got to, at the same time, my friends, you have to find peace at heart. Okay? And so now I'm picking up on energy again, because I love when you guys start to join, and then I feel something that maybe we need to feel collectively. You know what I mean? Because you guys are amazing beings. But so all of a sudden, there's like this, I feel like there's a little bit of a block there in the crown chakra, my friends. So I don't know who's joining in and who might be blocking some of that energy. But like I said earlier, just imagine yourself as a tube. You're a hollow tube, and energy can just flow in and out. It's kind of like, the waterfall of light I like to talk about. Just imagine there's a waterfall of light, and there's just constant energy of light flowing through that tube. You are that tube. Okay? You are. Woo. Marcia says, the Schumann resident strong today. Earth energy. Well, there you go. There's that. There is that. Richard said, my stepdad doesn't like hospitals and their fraud or their food. Yeah, their food is not good either. Yeah, she doesn't like the food there either. Oh, all right. Oh, Samir, do you have a new name over there? All right, Samir. Let me write y'all down, man. There's a bunch of you guys here tonight. Thank you guys for joining. This is awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, let's see. Well, since there's so many of you, I think I'll just get into my sponsors, and then we'll jump into messages, since there's so many of you. And I have a few donations tonight, so we'll get them first, and then we'll go to the rest. And first, we're going to have a word from the Feng Shui lady, who, if you guys are ready to Feng Shui your space, you guys can do that moving forward. You guys just saw her here last week on the show, and if you missed that, go back and see last week's show and see beautiful Marcia and see what you can do and change up the energy and learn a little bit about yourself. Maybe, because I know I learned a lot about myself. Check out Feng Shui My Space, my friends. Fabulous. Like I said, give Marcia a call today. Her number is 941-374-0442. So you guys can set up your appointment over the phone, of course, and, change up your space today. Change up your space today. And thank you, Marcia, for being a beautiful sponsor of the Joyful Finance Show. Thank you. And then Miss Beautiful Lola Blue. And if you guys haven't noticed, I'm wearing a new shirt tonight. I just got it while I was down there last night at meditation. This, and it has it on the back too with but anyways, Lola Blue is awesome. I had to buy another, several products while I was down there to replenish while I was there. The boys are loving the shampoo. I have to tell you that my son has now turned his friend on to the shampoo for their beard, because it stops all the itching. He's like, I don't have to itch my beard anymore. So it's amazing stuff. So if you guys are looking for some amazing products to try and nourish your body, check out lolablueliving.com, my friends. Discover the art of clean living with LolaBlueLiving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at LolaBlueLiving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. Yes. And if you guys do want to shop there, you guys can have an amazing deal and save 15% between now and the end of the month using the code PARKS2, number 2, PARKS2. Check it out, my friends. And thank you, Lola Blue, for being an amazing being. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my friends, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. You guys are bringing forth a lot of energy. There's a bunch of you joining tonight, whether you're saying you're here or not. I can feel a lot more of you out there than are saying hi, which is amazing because we all wanting to make some changes in our lives. And sometimes God puts the right person in your life to help you change that. And I feel like that's happening for a lot of you as well. Not that you're coming to see me, but the right people are showing up in your life to help you make some changes in your life. You know what I mean? I feel that for you, my friends. I do. So this is how it's gonna roll, you guys. So I got Barbara, and then I got Jill, then I got Roy, and then I got Denise, and then I'll just scan through my list and we'll get through as many of you as possible. I think I can nail this. I think we can pull this off. Everyone take a nice deep breath again. Let's bring in some nice clear energy. Just release the weight of the day. Just have peace in your heart, be open to the messages. And even as I'm giving the messages, just pay attention also to if something resonates with you, it's meant for you. It may not be directed at you while I'm giving the message, but if it resonates with you, please take that. All right. We always getting breadcrumbs, right? We're always getting little breadcrumbs as we go through life. And we're just like putting the bread back together. You know what I mean? I think that's what we do. We just put things back together. That's what we're always doing. We're figuring things out. And we're in the process of figuring out so much more. You know what I mean? So it's just amazing. So I'm glad you're all here and we're all a part of this. Oh, and before I forget, because, I get to rambling and I forget things. Tomorrow night, Spiritual Message Circle, 8 p.m., $25 donation. Goldylocks Production hosts, give you messages. They all intertwine. It's so amazing. Join us for the only message circle that we had for the month of February is going to be tomorrow night. So sign up now. I know there's already a couple of you that already have. So if you want to get in line for tomorrow night, she'll drop that in the chat somewhere or across the line there, wherever. But just look it up and sign up for tomorrow night. So first we have little Miss Barbara. I say little because she's my little friend. Barbara. And she's so cute. I love her. Barbara. Oh, everything's falling in line. This is like they're showing me the Z. All right, the letter Z. So this is showing me we're at the end of a cycle. And then they're showing me excitement on the other side. So whatever it is that you're thinking about now, you know what I mean? Because they're wanting you to just focus on you for a minute. You know what I mean? Come back to healing, come back to what it is that you need for you so that you can make this little leap forward, because I feel like this is a new beginning. So I feel like there's a new beginning. And it may even, come into fruition maybe even this month or so, in the next month or so. So 2 months from now, somewhere in that range, all these things just kind of like click, 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 click together, because you're ready to jump. You're just ready. And then God just supports you in that. They're also telling me, like, I'm hearing your singing bowls. Do you have the high C bowl? The one, the star chakra one? Do you have that one? I'm getting something about your star chakra. And I feel like this has something to do with the light language that comes through. And so much more to be revealed in the coming months. So I'm going to leave that with you, Barbara. Thank you for being here. All right, Jill, you're next. Jill, let's tap in and see what you got going on. All right. So I feel like there's something you want to do. And this is so funny, Jill, because I am seeing like, I'm so bad with what equipment looks like or is when all right. Anyways, I'm seeing a tractor, but it's on tracks. I can explain what it is. It's kind of like a backhoe. I'm seeing a backhoe. Okay. So I'm seeing something being either leveled. I'm feeling like this is being leveled. So I don't know if you guys are doing total re-landscaping or something, but I'm seeing something being something totally leveled and being reimagined. Okay. And this is you thinking outside all your boxes and just creating something beautiful that's from your heart. Okay. So, but it's showing me the little tractor. So it's digging up the dirt. It's, it's new ideas. You know what I mean? It could be planting those seeds, and maybe you need a big piece of machinery to plant the seeds that you want to move forward with. But it's time for you to figure out what those things are. What brings you passion? What is it you want to create? And get your hands dirty. So in the dirt. So whatever you're going to do for landscaping. So I'm interested in what that might be. All right, Mr. Roy. Roy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are still opening up a lot to your spiritual journey right now. Okay. I feel like there's many levels to your awakening. I feel like you need to expand out even more, if that makes sense. I feel like you're getting so much information. Sometimes you outgrow some of that information already, and it's time to look for something that's along that lines, but is another step. You know what I mean? Like it's another stepping stone to going forward. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so there's that. So there's mentioning the levels for you. So it's like once you expand and grow, you know what I mean? Because everybody has to grow. And I feel like you're ready to grow spiritually. So expand in more ways than you have. Maybe with meditation, maybe with nature. Animals, pay attention to the animals that are hanging out your back door, you know what I mean? And look up the spiritual meaning of it. I feel like it'll give you a new appreciation for the things that are around you. So that's what I'm getting for you, my friend Roy. And Jill says, I'm going to help Roy with making raised beds for planting. Great message for me. You're welcome. That's awesome. I love that. All right. So Denise, you're my next one, right? Yes. All right, Denise, thanks for being here. Let's see what I get for you, my friend. All right. You got a lot going on in your world. Okay. Sometimes you feel like you're a fish out of water. Okay. Like you don't know where you fit in or how you want to fit in. But a lot of things have changed in the last, I'm going to say, 1 to 2 years in a lot of ways that have like maybe cracked you open and got you to maybe step into more of your own power, because they're showing me a lot of forward movement, and everything that you've been through is just kind of like propelling you forward. And you just have to allow the momentum of your heartbeat and what God is telling you to move you forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure what that means for you yet, but there's something that's in transition for you. It might not feel the greatest, but it's going to be better on the other side of that transition. I'm also getting you are a communicator, like you get a lot of messages yourself. You don't always listen to your own messages. I'm getting to journal, tap into them, listen to them a little bit more. But I'm also seeing like you have an eye for moving forward. You kind of have an idea of what you really want to create in that future. But you have to sometimes it's almost like you're in a tug of war with yourself. You're like, yes, I want to do that. And then no, there's something that says I can't do that. But I'm saying get rid of that fear and just kind of like move forward without any fear and just let all the things that need to happen for you so you can step into your true power and your true happiness. So I'm going to leave that with you, Denise. Thank you for being here today. Appreciate you. All right. Precious Cloud, Denise, thank you. She says, I'm new here and the energy is beautiful. Well, I'm glad you could be here. Woo! I'm glad you all could be here because the energy has been a lot different. Because I've noticed in the car, or even just somewhere, even when I was at Shirley's house the other day, I noticed I was like dancing and moving energy in my own mind. Like I had my own music going on and I was like, moving some energy. So there's a lot of energy that's going to shift through our bodies, I think, and we're helping ground some of that. So don't forget some of that, you guys. All right. So, I still have a bunch of time. I could probably get through most of all you guys. All right. So I'm just going to scan through here. I read you, so I need to take you off my list. And let's see where we go. Let's see who's next in line. All right, Julia. It's you, my dear. Julia. I feel like there's a celebration coming. Okay. I feel like you are laying the path work for what it is. You're not 100% sure, but you have a greater understanding of what it is. But I feel like the groundwork is being placed. There's going to be some kind of move for you. Like, do you want to move locations? Like I'm seeing it's kind of like a brick walkway, but I feel like it's you moving forward. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's so awesome. Because I feel like there's forward movement for you too. So I feel like that's like a new location, maybe a new job, new relationship, new. And it's like it's like upgrades, all upgrades. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting for you, Julia. I'm going to leave that with you. Linnell says, wow. Thank you, Linnell. That's awesome. Thank you. Jill says, we love listening to everyone's messages to the end. Thank you, dear. And Precious Denise says, wow, thank you. You're very welcome. Very much, very much, very much. She says, wow, so on point. Thank you. Thank you. It's you guys, actually, I have to thank you for allowing me to give the messages that I do, because it's you allowing me into your energy so I can feel into that and get what I'm getting, right? And I can't really explain all the time how I get what I'm getting. Sometimes I write it down, mostly just so I remember who I've talked to. And sometimes I have to draw things. But it lets me remember who I've talked to. But it's like tapping into your energy. It's like plugging in and then we'll disconnect. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a very cool thing. So I want to thank you guys for allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? Because it is for the greater good of all, right? It's about things that we have to learn, maybe about ourselves, or maybe it needs we need a helping hand moving forward, or, just a little bit of information to help us or whatever. So there's that. All right. So let's see what's happening. All right. Kim, like I said, I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. Kim. All right. What's going on? I think you're at the end of a cycle too, of some sort. There's going to be a new door opening for you. I don't know what you got going on in your world right now, but I feel like there is this, and it's so funny because I feel like it's the Z from Zorro. You know what I mean? So I'm like getting this beautiful Z from Zorro. And I think you live out that way too, right? I think that's what you do. But anyways, I'm getting like there's an ending and there's a new beginning. So, or if you've just gone through that, now you're getting settled so that you can start what it is that you truly want to do. And you have a lot of interest in a lot of different things. They're wanting you to truly find your passion. Like, where does it lie? You know what I mean? With peace in your heart. Like, if you had peace in your heart and your whole body, what would you create for yourself? You know what I mean? And I'm feeling tenseness in my shoulder as I'm talking to you. So I don't know, maybe you need a massage or something. But I feel like you need to stretch a little bit, you know what I mean? Or maybe you've been doing a lot of lifting or something, but just feeling a little tense up there. So release the weight of the world. It's not your problem. You just have to worry about what you have going on in your own little world. So that's what I got for you today, Kim. Thank you for being here. Jewel says, yes, great message. Thank you. You're welcome. Woo-hoo. Richard's off to work. Bye, Richard. All right, Pooja. Pooja. It's shaking. All right. So I feel like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions right now. So it might be work, it might be relationships, it might be a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Julia. It might be a lot of different things. You know what I mean? But I feel like you feel like you're being spread too thin. So I'm getting you need to come back to self. Okay, come back to center. And I know that's hard because I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, right? I really feel like you need a vacation, like you need respite. Okay, but I don't know if you can get that. But you need to stop being pulled. So either you have to set some boundaries and stand in that power. And I also get that your dreams are super duper powerful when you remember them, and they want you to tap in so you can remember them. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you today, Pooja. Thank you for being here, my friend. Kim says, I'm in Palm Springs again this winter. My shoulder has been killing me from my last remodel job, ceiling work. That would do it. New job soon, and yep, looking to move again. My gypsy life. You go, girlfriend. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, Dia. Do. I'm getting all these big hearts. All right, let's see how many we get. 6 of them. And they all flow from you. So I feel like this is love flowing from you and into your family. Some are resistant, some are more loving. You know what I mean? Because if we got 4 and then there's 2 more, we got dad and someone else. Maybe that's your brother. I get the 6 of you. So something is going on where you're flowing all this love into them. You know what I mean? Because you're like their... Well, you're all connected. You already know you're all connected because I feel like, you know, each one of these are all connected, each one of them. What else does this mean? I feel like this is mom coming through you with all that love, bringing forth. And I'm hearing the words peace, relaxation, joy, and something about laughing, something that she's bringing up, something about that made dad laugh the other day, like a real something that's going to get him to laugh from the gut. You know what I mean? Like a real belly laugh or something. I don't know. But she sends her love to everybody. That's what I'm getting for you this evening. Thank you, Dia, for being here. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Susie. Susie's rocking in the energy. Da, 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 da. I feel it all around you. I feel like your aura has grown. You know what I mean? Like there's been this new expansion in your aura around you. And maybe even people have noticed it. Maybe people have been like more drawn to you lately and reaching out to you. Because I feel like you really do a lot of, I don't think you know this, but you help a lot of people in a lot of different ways. But I feel like you help ground their energy a lot of times. And they're like, oh, I can feel at peace and feel like themselves. You know what I mean? Like you allow them to just feel like what they need to feel in that moment without judgment. You don't have any judgment. You're like, whatever, it's cool. I got you. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm feeling like, okay. So I just saw a doorstep. Okay. So I see these 2 stairs, and on either side is 2 different kind of planters that lead up 2 steps into a house. Okay. I don't know where this house is, but I'm supposed to share this with you. But down there on the right-hand side of wherever this two-step is, and you'll know where it is and after I'm explaining it to you, you'll know when you're there. You haven't been there yet, but you will be there. There's something on the right-hand side down by the flower pots, whether I'm seeing sparkles. So it could be fairies or it could be anything of that realm. But I'm feeling like there's something for you to spot on the right-hand side of that two-step to that doorway. So I'm going to leave that with you, Susie. Thank you for being here, dear. All right, let's see who's next. Let's next. Lenka. Lenka. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. This is so funny. I see you branching out. What are you branching out from? Okay, so so what I see with you is new growth, because they're using the analogy of a tree, you know, and it's like when you start to see the tree start to bud, and then that bud grows into a leaf, and then that leaf grows into, you know, then it has, you know the process. But anyways, that's what I'm kind of seeing for you right now is a lot of growth. Okay, a lot of growth. And it's bringing forth a lot of energy. And maybe you don't know what to do with it. Maybe that's why they're showing me as a tree, so you ground it into the ground. You know what I mean? But then they're also showing me like that just go with the flow of everything else that's going on around you. Just be like, you have to, they're saying be like a duck and let it roll off your back. So like if it was raining, it would just roll off your back. It doesn't affect the inner core anymore. You know what I mean? Like you have this big blockade over you, and nothing can penetrate that but love and kindness. Everything else is pretty much ignored, and you carry on with your day. Does that make sense to you? That's what I'm getting for you, my friend. Lenka, that's what I got for you today. All right, let's see. Cross your name wrong. Let's see who's next. Let's see who's next. Next. All right, Linnell. So glad you're here, Linnell. All right. All right, Linnell, you still have a lot of changes going on in your life. You're happy. You're happy-go-lucky. You're ready to go with the flow. You're bringing more joy into your life. I feel like there's two things that you're trying to create. I feel like you're following the path that you need to. Sometimes you get, sometimes you feel like you get detoured, but you don't really get detoured. It's exactly supposed to happen in that way. Just know that there's more loving kindness in your life. Is there a relationship going on right now? Because I feel like there's some kind of attraction somewhere. And I'm not sure of your love life. But I'm feeling that for you. And the letter J is coming forth for you too, Linnell. Who's that for you today? Who's that for you? I don't know. But also, just keep spreading your joy. You're helping a lot of people. Okay. I'm going to leave that with you. All right. Let's see. Pooja says, I have tried to give up most of the responsibilities. They keep coming back. We'll work on it. I know. That's because no one else wants to take responsibility. Just know that you'll be rewarded greatly for it. Me too, Linnell says, allowing. I am easy and hard. Yes. It seems like we all do that. Lanka says, makes perfect sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. Jill says, great show. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's see who's next. I just did Linnell. Let's see who's next. All right. Let's see. Maureen, are you reading a book? Because I'm seeing a book. This book has, and you know what, this is really weird, but this book feels older, like it's an old book. So maybe this is part of a collection of some sort. But this book kind of reminds me of a leather-ish, and it's kind of like blue. I'm not sure why it's blue. But I'm seeing this blue leatherish book. And I feel like you know what this is because they're showing it to me and I'm revealing it to you. But I'm seeing this book and I don't know what it's about. I don't feel like it's a Bible. I feel like it's a story. Maybe this is what you're going to build for your story. Maybe this hasn't come. Maybe this is part of that future, right? Because I feel like at some time you will share your story. It will be a book. It will be a book. So just know, Maureen, everything's falling into place. Did you get your new place yet? Are we close? March? 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 Anyways, it's close. It's close, girl. And then I feel like you can really settle. But right now, you're just enjoying life. You're just going with the flow. So they want you to just keep enjoying that because you've never had the chance to be able to do that. So they're happy you're doing that. Keep going. Keep going. Thank you, Maureen, for being here. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Samir. Samir, are there job changes going on, or do you want to change your career, make more money, more advancement? I feel like there is a path forward for that. They're saying to think outside the box, but in the same avenues that you've been in, but tweaking something. So I don't know how you expand out. I don't know exactly what you do. I feel like it's something to do with computers, though. I feel like you're pretty smart about computers or something. But I feel like there's a lot of advancement that you're going to make. But I feel like this is something career-wise. There's a lot of advancement. Like you jump like leaps and bounds. And it's time for you to show the people what you can do. Like, I don't know what that is. That's even if you want to become your own entrepreneur and start your own business, you're being supported in that as well, because there are people out there that will use your services. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you, Samir, for being here. Let's see who's next. All right. Joanne Leo. Joanne Leo. Let's see what's shaking. Boy, they're excited. They're excited for you on the other side. Holy cow. Your God, your angels, your loved ones, and everyone you already communicate with are like having a celebration, because I feel like there's a new upgrade in the things that you're doing. Maybe that's because you've stepped up and you started doing your own show to share more of your information, but they're excited. They're with their pom-poms and everything, about how happy they are. And you're sharing things on a new level that people can understand. And it's like, it gives you the freedom to share all your experience, because you've had a lot of experience in this lifetime. But it's also about, they're showing me self-care, self-joy, you know what I mean? And some kind of, I feel like you going outside and sitting in the sun like 15 minutes every day is super duper important. Just letting it pour into every skin, every pore of your skin, and just healing yourself a little bit and feeling that energy. And it just like re-energizes you, because I feel like you need a little bit more energy, and I don't know how you want to go about getting that. I just know that the sun works for me, and it may also work for you. So I'm going to leave that with you, Joanne, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow night at the Spiritual Message Circle. That would be great. That would be awesome. Because we have a lot of people on here tonight that are actually Goldylocks show hosts. We got Joanne Leo, I just read. We got Laura from Angels and Healing and Light. We got Carol Ann over there in the Psychic Flow. We got Ruth from Transitional Souls. Tiffany on the other side with Spiritual Insight. It's like we're having a big party over here tonight. I love this. Thank you guys for being here. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Pat, you're next. How am I doing on time? I got you. I got you guys. All right, Pat. Pat. So, Pat, what I'm getting for you is, I'm feeling trees for you too, because I don't know if it's getting any springier there. But I'm seeing with you, like you sitting up against the back of a tree. Your back is up against the tree, and you're just kind of like connecting and seeing the animals that flow through. It feels like it's a park. I feel like I'm at a park somewhere. You know what I mean? And you just really starting to connect in with nature again, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's, Nature. They're talking about nature and animals because I feel like you're supposed to talk to animals. So I feel like you're really supposed to tap into that, Pat. I feel like you're supposed to be an animal communicator. You know what I mean? Like, explore into that. Feel into that. That's what I'm getting for you today, Pat. I'm going to leave that with you. All right, you guys. Let's see who's next. Laura. Laura. All right. Lots of new ideas. I feel like this new light bulb has gone off over your head. Like you have new ideas to how you want to share and experience life. And you're going to be able to fit everything that you want to do into your schedule. Because sometimes I feel like you have scheduling problems. But don't think that way. They're saying everything flows in divine time and in the exact right space and time. You know what I mean? And they're showing me like this. It's like it's a really big, giant light bulb. So you have a new idea, a new idea. The light has gone off, and you are going to bring that idea to fruition. So I'm excited to see what that is because I feel like it's a combination of several things that you do. And it's going to step forward and help you a lot, a lot. And not only you, but it's going to give you like some more freedom, like not feel like you have to do so much time at other places or whatever. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear. All right, Shirley. Shirley. All right. I feel like your energy is much calmer, much more relaxed. You feel like you're getting things done and getting things checked off the list type of thing. You know what I mean? Like everything is all falling together just exactly as it should. And I feel like your spiritual journey is expanding for you as well right now. I feel like you've opened new eyes on how you look at things and how you experience things now compared to how you used to, maybe. And it's just like brighter vision, brighter knowledge, just a whole lot, but it gives you a new freedom as well. So I feel like you're really starting to experience that, and without feeling all the heaviness that you had been feeling prior. So I'm feeling peace at heart, and everything is just allowing you to enjoy things right now. And it's funny because when I first brought up your name, a cat came up, and it's not the cats that I've seen at your house. I feel like this was an old cat. Did you used to have a black cat, with little bit of white markings or whatever? Because there's a black cat with white markings that's coming up, and it's just bringing forth lots of love. And it's just like, you're just like, it just sends unconditional love. That's what I'm getting for you tonight, Shirley. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right. Oh, I got 1 minute left for you guys. I got Carol Ann and Ruth and Richard. I might run over a couple minutes tonight, you guys, because I do want to get you all. I love that you brought all this energy in tonight. It's amazing. All right. Yay. Awesome sauce. Let's see what I got going on here. What else I going to do? All right. Carol Ann. Carol Ann. Woo. Oh, this is so funny. So I don't know where you are in the men's scene right now. You know what I mean? Dating and all that stuff. But this is so funny because I just saw. All right. So for you, I just saw this man, and he's waving the American flag. So this is, you meet him at something patriotic. So whether it's something where people would have flags. You know what I mean? I don't feel like this is a protest. I feel like this is more parade-ish. You know what I mean? Like, like 4th of July, Memorial Day-ish, something like that. But he's a very, very handsome gentleman, and he's very open to the things that we do and know. So I'm going to leave that with you. Ruth, you're busy, 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 busy. You have so many things all over your plate. all kinds of things you need to do, things the kids need to do. You're all over the place, but you're managing very well. They're just saying, don't forget to rest. Don't forget to take your baths. Don't forget your self-care, because it's super important moving forward, because you are also in Aries, and we don't want you to burn out in the flame that's going on right now. We don't want you to overwork yourself. So I'm going to leave that with you. And Richard, I keep seeing you with plants again. Plants. So I don't know. Are they going to put you in the garden center or something? Like, I feel like you need to go over there, because you can learn it really well and help people in the garden section if you were going to switch to days or whatever. You know what I mean? I just feel like you would be very handy over there, information wise, because I feel like you retain them, or it's that. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. So I got you all, and I only ran over 2 minutes. Not too bad. Thank you guys for being a part of the Joyful Finding Show. You guys are amazing beings of light. God sent you here for this very reason, right here, right now. Things are in the process of so much change that it's amazing. I'm excited to see what the future brings. I know there's a lot of people that are, doom and gloom, but we are not doom and gloom. This show is called Joyful Findings. It's about finding our joy. I've been looking for it all my life, and I'm still on that hunt for it. And we're finding more and more of it every day. And you guys are finding more and more of it every day. And if we do that, then it's kind of like a tidal wave of everyone finding all the things that they want and joyful things in their lives every day. And that's something that we so look forward to. So don't forget, again, tomorrow night, the Spiritual Message Circle, 8 p.m., hope you can be there. $25 donation gets you on that list. And I will see you guys next week. Have the most amazing week and ride this energy like it's the wind. Love you guys.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.